Yete chitta vikshepa nava yogamala yoga pratipaksha yogantaraya iti abhidhiyante. This is a sentence written by Vyas Muni when he commented Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Yete chitta vikshepa. These are the chitta vikshep. These are nava yogamala. These are the yogmal. Mal means dirtiness, or we can say gandagi. Yogmala. These are the yogmal, or these are the enemies of yoga philosophy. What are those? That is what I am going to explain in this short video. I've already made a separate video on this topic, but when we understand from the Vyas Bhashya, it gives further insight to us. Yete chitta vikshepa nava yogamala. There are 9 yogmal, or 9 enemies to yoga philosophy. What are those? Nava antarayas chittasya vikshepaha sahete chittavritti bhirbhavanti. If these 9 obstacles are there, then chittavritti bhirbhavanti. Chittavritti will be existing. When these obstacles are there, when these yogic enemies are there, then chittavritti will be there. If chittavritti is there, what happens? Yogas chittavritti nirodha, yoga cannot happen. So it is our utmost duty, if we are in the Upasana marg, it is our prime responsibility to find out this yogamal and try to take steps to remove this yogamal. Because Vyas Muni says, etesham abhave na bhavanti purvoktas chitta vrittayah. Etesham abhave. Abhave means non-existence. When these etesham, when these 9 yogamal are removed, when they do not exist, purvoktas chitta vrittayah na bhavanti. Purvoktas chitta vritti means in the previous sutras, whatever chitta vritti has been defined, which are obstructing the yoga, which are obstructing the jivatma to realize its true form, which are obstructing the jivatma to realize Almighty God, those chitta vrittis will not exist when these 9 yoga enemies are removed. What are those enemies? Tatra Vyadir dhatu rasakarana vaishamyam. There is a word in Tamil and also in Sanskrit, maybe in other language, maybe Hindi also. We call it Visham. In Tamil, Visham means poison. Sham means balanced. Visham means something which has got imbalance and that has become poison. So, Vyadi is the first enemy to yoga, or first obstacle to yoga. Vyadir dhatu rasakarana vaishamyam. Dhatu means that which is dharan karne wala, that which is helping us to hold our body properly, that which is helping us to live a proper life is dhatu. In Ayurveda, dhatu speaks about the Panchabhuta, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Vata, Pitta, Kapha is actually Panchabhuta. The combination of this Vata, Pitta, Kapha, if it is balanced in our body, it is called a Sham Avastha. When there is some imbalance in Vata, Pitta, Kapha, then it will become Visham Avastha. That means when the Panchabhuta in the body, the 5 Mahabhuts in the body, when it gets disturbed, when it gets imbalanced, our body will enter into disease situation, Vyadi situation. And when we have disease, we will not be able to focus on meditation, we will not be able to focus on Almighty God, we will not be able to focus on Swadhyaya, we will not be able to do Yoga Sadhana. And then thereby Chitta Vritti cannot be destroyed. So Vyadir Dhatu, that which is helping us to hold the body, Dhatu. And Rasa Karana Vaishamyam. Also Rasa, when there is an imbalance in Ras. Ras means Ras, Rakta, Majja, Virya, etc. There are 7 Ras, Raktadi. There are 7 important elements which are created or made from our food. Whatever we intake, food and water in the body, 7 elements are produced. One of the element is Ras and one other is, Rakta means blood, etc. So when there is an imbalance in this also, the body will enter into Visham state or poisonous state, and thereby we will have Vyadi in our body, disease in our body. And Karana means our Indriya. Jnanendriya, Karmendriya, Man also is an Indriya. Intellect is Buddhi, mind, everything is Indriya. Karana means Upakarana. Almighty God has given these instruments to us. And when there is a disturbance in these Karana also, we will get Vyadi. We will get diseased. And when we get disease, Number one, the first and foremost thing my Acharya always says, whenever you get disease, immediate action has to be taken. That what is the immediate action? Go to doctor. Suppose hemoglobin, you have a hemoglobin problem. You are feeling tired. You go for blood test. They say the hemoglobin is less in your body. Immediate take medicine. Or there could be other deficiency, calcium deficiency, other minerals deficiency. Some people might have water issue in the body. Many things are there. So we must try to fix this dhatu rasakarana in the body. Thereby, at least from externally, we must have a fit body. Yeah, there could be pain in some part of the body, but if it is not obstructing your yoga sadhana, it's fine. You have to also work to remove that pain by going to physiotherapy or going to some treatment, etc. Thereby, you are able to keep your body in Sham Avastha. And that's how, the Yam Niyam will help us. Yam Niyam Asana will help us to keep all this balance. And if there is a Visham Avastha, we must take medicine for sure. And in the previous sutra, Patanjali Muni says, by Ishwar Bhakti, the 9 Yogmala, the first Yogmala is Vyadhi, disease. By Ishwar Bhakti, the 9 Yogmala will be removed. Many people have a doubt that how can I overcome my disease by Ishwar Bhakti? Outside, when we see this statement, it seems to be a foolish statement, but inside, when we understand what is Ishwar Bhakti is adopting Vedas in life. Ishwar Bhakti is not just chanting the name of God, but Ishwar Bhakti is following his Agya, instructions in the Vedas. When we follow the instructions in Vedas, so we will try to keep ourselves neat and clean, we will try to take proper diet, we will try to drink proper water, go for walking, keep us healthy. So when we follow Ishwar Bhakti, we will automatically come out of this Vyadhi. And also when we have Ishwar Bhakti, when there is a Vyadhi, when there is a disease, immediately we will remember God has told to go to doctor. Let's go to doctor and fix it. Many people have this problem. They will hesitate to go to doctor. If you hesitate to go to doctor on the day 1, your disease will multiply in day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, etc. So day by day you will lose your yoga sadhana. So my Acharya always says, the moment you get Vyadhi, immediately go to doctor and fix it. So tatra Vyadir Dhatu Rasakarana Vaishamyam, very very important to understand this obstacle. And second one is Styanum. Styanum Akarmanyata Chittasaya. In my previous video I have mentioned this Styanum as Satyanam, which is wrong. The right word is Styanam Akarmanyata Chittasaya. What is Styanam? Chittasya Akarmanyata. Chitta means the mind or the buddhi, the intellect. Akarmanyata, it is unable to do any activity. Karma karne ki ichha nahi hai. There is no ichha, desire to do any deed, Vedic deed or any other deed which is helping me to go towards yoga. The chit is not allowing me. This is called as Styanam. And Styanam also is overcome by adopting Ishvara Pranidhanani. Tapaswadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhanani helps us in overcoming Styanam. Styanam is a very big problem for most of us today. We do not have ichha to overcome, the dukkha. We want to live in dukkha, but we don't want to go to yoga side. Styanam akarmanyata chittasya. This is the second obstacle. Our second yoga mala, our second yoga enemy to the yoga. The third biggest enemy is Samshaya. Samshaya ubhaya koti sprig vijnanam. Sprig means sparsh karna, to touch. Ubhaya koti. Koti means corner. The Samshaya buddhi is going from this corner to that corner. So, like example, somebody will think whether God exists or does not exist. Sometimes he says, okay, God exists. Sometimes he feels God does not exist. Sometimes he sees Vedas are true. Sometimes he sees Vedas are false. Sometimes he feels that, he doubts an Acharya who is a Samadhist yogi. He doubts Maharishi Dhanananda Saraswati. Sometimes he says, no, Maharishi is a great man. Sometimes he feels Ishwar Nirakar Upasana. We must do Nirakar Upasana. Sometimes he says, no, temple worship is also okay. Ubhaya koti sprig vijnanam. This is Samshaya. Samshaya Atma Vinashyati. Sri Krishna says, when you have Samshaya, you are destroyed for sure. You must overcome your Samshaya by asking questions to Vidwans, by reading Swadhyaya, doing everyday Swadhyaya, by reading books written by Acharyas, Rishi, Munis. And whenever you get doubt, go to Acharya, clarify the doubt. So Sanchaya Ubayakoti Sprig Vijnanam Syad Ididam Evam Naivam Syaditi. Whether it is there or not, I am not sure. Even today also, after following my, like some of the people who are following my channel for last 2-3 years, they all still have Sanchaya. They still have doubt whether God is omnipresent or not. Why God has to be omnipresent? Why not He be there like Allah? Maybe God is sending messengers. We do not know. How do you know that surely God does not send messengers? So Sanchaya, lack of Swadhyaya, lack of Acharya in the life. Even the Acharya exists, we doubt Acharya also many times. My Acharya always has told, many people who have come to me have left me because they always doubt me. When they see me, they doubt me. Because their chitta has the Sanchaya, they do not have research on my work so far. What I have done, they have not read my books, they have not understood the Vedic philosophy, they start doubting me. So when you have Sanchaya, you will move out of yogic way. You will go to another way. You will go to Brahma Kumari, you will convert into Muslim, you will convert into another religion, you will go to ISKCON, Krishna or Radhe Krishna or Vittal Das, Vittal. I have seen many people coming to Vedic way, leaving the Vedic way because of Sanchaya. So God says, Patanjali Muni says, don't doubt the Vedic marg. Don't doubt the marg followed by great tapasvis like me. So Sanchaya is a very big obstacle. Yoga Mala, it is an enemy to yoga. Then Pramada, Samadhi, Sadhana, Abhavanam. Pramada, see, Styanum is Chittasya Akarmanyataha. Pramada means Samadhi Sadhana. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, these are Samadhi Sadhana. These are the sadhana for attaining Samadhi. Pramada means not having desire to do those sadhanas. Not having desire to follow the steps to attain moksha is Pramada. It is not Chittasya Akarmanyata. Chit is ready to do all the activities. I get up in the morning at 4 o'clock because I have to catch a flight at 7 o'clock. I get up morning, sometimes I have got up at 2 o'clock also, not for tapasya, to catch the flight. But to get up at 2 o'clock to do name jap, I cannot do. I'm just telling an example. This is an extreme sense. But for normal people, morning and evening sadhana, they don't want to do. But they want to do all the day activities. They want to get busy. They want to get name and fame. They want to go to office and say that, okay, I have done this. I worked the day and night and then I finished this presentation. They will do everything for their business. They will do everything for their family. If somebody is not well, they will go to the extent of not even sleeping for 2-3 days to serve them. Okay, we must do all those things. But Pramada means not focusing on God. Leaving the focus on God, doing everything else is Pramada. This is also a very big obstacle. How do we remove Pramada? By Ishwar Bhakti, Ishwar Pranidhanani, Tapaha Swadhyaya. The only solution for all this Yogamal is having a discipline in life for Ishwar Bhakti. Pramada will be removed by Almighty God's power, but when Almighty God power has to act on us, we must worship that Almighty God. We must understand that Almighty God, not just superstitiously. Then next is Alasya. See, Pramada is something. Pramada is not focusing on those things which are taking me to Samadhi. But Alasya means Alasya, Kayasya, Chittasya, Cha Gurutvada Pravritihi. Gurutvad means heaviness. Alasya means heaviness in the body, heaviness in the mind, unable to get up or he had a disturbed sleep, unable to do activities in the morning. Common problem for most of us, because we would have eaten oil food in the night, we would have eaten some food which is disturbing our next day morning routine. Then we get Alasya, we want to sleep some more, like 2 hours more. Today is Saturday, I want to sleep 3 hours more. Today is Sunday, holiday, tomorrow is a long weekend, I want to sleep more and relax and enjoy. Alasya. Gurutvad, due to heaviness. It's not related to body weight. I have seen people who are heavy, like my mother-in-law. She was so heavy, but she does all her activity until she was bedridden. She was doing all her activity. She has so much of energy, even though she is so much overweight. It's the Gurutva does not mean weight. Gurutva means heaviness in your chit and also in body. Due to your food habits, due to your overthinking, due to your not sleeping. Yesterday night I saw a movie until 2 o'clock in the night. So I slept at 3 o'clock. Today morning I am unable to get up. I didn't do it. I'm just telling an example. Today morning I got up at 11 o'clock. So that is called as Guru, because of Gurutva, the heaviness in the mind and body. This is also overcome by Ishvara Bhakti. When you do not have pyar or prem on Paramatma, you will be aweless. Not you, even me. I am just telling you because I am facing the camera. Otherwise, it is applicable even to me. Next, this we had now seen. Number 1, Vadhi, Styanum. Then we saw Samshaya. Then we saw Pramada. Then we saw Alasya. 5. Now the 6th one is Avirati Chittasaya Vishaya Samprayogatma Gardaha. Greediness. Gardaha means greed or lalsa. Avirati. See, Avirati is a very important word to be understood. Patanjali Muni could have used the word Rati. Rati means Ratona. Yavu Vidyayang Rataha iti. We say the mantra, right? Vidyayang Rata. Ratona. Ekdam Ratona. Usi mein lag jana. Rati. Rati means having total attachment towards sensuousness, sensuality. Not only calm, but also krodha, other sensual pleasures. I want to see TV, I want to hear music always, I want to dance, I want to sing, these all are Rati. But see, the word used by Patanjali Muni is Avirati. Rati's opposite is Virati. Virati means Vairagya. Avirati means Avairagya. Instead of Rati, he has used the word Avirati. Actually, Rati and Avirati are more or less similar, but still Avirati is in a very subtle form, very powerful form. So, Vishaya Sanyo Samprayoga Atma. A person is 70 years old, 65 years old, still he is in Avirati, means he is unable to leave his family. He has moha, attachment towards his grandchildren. He says, I am 65, I cannot leave my grandchildren, I cannot leave my daughter, I cannot leave my son, I cannot take Vanaprastha. This is Avirati stage. Avirati, if it is Rati stage, Rati means he has extreme, not only attachment, he has more, desire to get satisfied. This is Avirati is further subtle. When you have more indulgence in younger age, at the later stage it will become Avirati. That means we will be unable to live due to attachment. And Gardaha means this attachment is called as Gardaha. The greed is there. I cannot go do Vanaprastha. I cannot go to see my Acharya, because if I have to go to Acharya, I have to leave my family for 10 days. The wife says, I have known some people, the wife says, I have to leave my husband for 10 days. It's not possible. I have to leave my kids. Okay, I can take one of my kid because I don't have money for both the kids to go to Acharya, but other kid I have to leave. So this kind of issues comes because of our attachment. But if you do not have attachment, Almighty God will secure that, okay, your kids can stay in your sister's house, you can still go. Your husband can cook for your kids, your husband is okay for you to go to ashram, or your husband is going, husband feels that, okay, I will have to explain to my wife, so I have to go to my Acharya to see his darshan. So in that case, you are not having Avirati, then it helps. So Avirati is also a very subtle obstacle, unable to live due to greed, unable to leave the attachment due to greed and other lalsa. So how do we overcome this? By tapasya. When we do everyday tapasya, Avirati can be overcome. Otherwise, Avirati is also a big enemy in yoga sadhana. Next is Bhrantidarshanam Viparyaya Jnanam. Bhrantidarshanam, most important thing. Bhrantidarshanam means avidya. In the 9 obstacles, one of the biggest obstacle is avidya. Avidya means Bhrantidarshanam. What is right, we feel it is wrong. What is wrong, we feel it is right. Like example, whenever I say idol worship, people will pounce on me. They hit me so badly because they feel that it is right. Although it is wrong, they feel it is right. This is also Samshaya, this is also Bhrantidarshan. What seems to be right appears to be wrong, and vice versa. Like when a towel is there, in the early morning when I came to my room, there was a towel on the floor. Maybe the towel I put in the floor by mistake. In the morning, the light is not there. At 4 o'clock when I opened the door, I saw, something is there. Is it some animal? This is Bhrantidarshan. It's not animal. Then I switch on light, it's a towel. So yes, a rope appears to be snake, is Bhrantidarshan. Similarly, in our life, So many ropes appears to be snakes, and so many snakes appears to be ropes to us. So this is Bhrantidarshanam Viparya Jnanam. Avidya, that means Anatma ko Atma samajhna, Anitya ko Nitya samajhna, Dukh ko Sukh samajhna, ityadi ityadi. This is all Bhrantidarshanam. This is also a Yoga mal. This is also an obstacle in the Yoga Vidya. How do you overcome this obstacle? By Swadhyaya. When you do everyday Swadhyaya, Ishwar Upasana, you will be so clear that this is false, this is true. This is not true, so I should leave this. Idol worship is against Almighty God. Why I am so much attached to the idol worship? I should leave that. I should go to Ishwar Upasana. You will be so sure by Swadhyaya, by Acharya Seva. Very, very important point. And then Alabdhabhumikatvam. Now these two, the last two, are more advanced stages. Maybe not up to our stage yet, but Alabdhabhumikatvam Samadhi Bhumehe Alabha. Samadhi Lab, we are unable to attain Samadhi yet. In spite of doing everyday tapasya, everyday name jap, everyday upasana, everyday Gayatri jap, everyday Agnihotra, Acharya Seva, listening yajna, doing tapasya, doing swadhyaya, in spite of doing so many things on a daily basis, we are unable to attain Samadhi. Then what happens is, we will start getting a mental situation that why I should do this? Maybe this is not right for me. Samadhi is not happening to me. So in that stage we will Alabdhabhumikatvam. We will probably leave that marg also. But what God says, patience, Dhriti Shamadam. Dhriti is important. See the Rishi Munis. See, my Acharya was telling in the pravachan, in the Sunday pravachan, he was telling that I know that how many thousand janmas I have been doing tapasya. So it's not a matter of one janma. For doing tapasya for 30-40 years, you are unable to realize anything. We leaving the marg is foolishness. So, Alabdhabhumikatvam Samadhi Bhumer Labha. Very, very important. Even the Samadhi Bhumi is not attained. We must, this is our chit will force us to leave that marg. This is also an obstacle, Yog Mala. And then last one is Anavasthitatvam Labdhayam Bhumau Chittasya Pratishta. Sometime we will attain Samadhi. Samadhi means sometime we will go into Yoga stage. We will get Divya Siddhi, Divya Anubhuti, we will get divine darshans inside us. There will be so much of things that will happen around us. What happens? Anavasthitatvam. We are unable to be sthit in that state. Because when most of the time what happens is, when a sadhak goes to that state, when he experiences some siddhis and divine things happening, his force on Almighty God, upasana, will reduce suddenly. If it reduces, then the Anavasthitatvam will happen. This is called as Anavasthitatvam. Because he is unable to do upasana further continuously or very strongly, that state will disappear for some. It appears and it got disappeared. He is unable to maintain that state. My Acharya says, when you attain a state, maintain it and then go forward. Then again you will attain a state, maintain it and again go forward. Like that you must go forward until you forget yourself in Samadhi. That is how, Samadhi, the final Samadhi, Nirbija Avastha will come. But Anavasthitatvam is an obstacle or a yoga enemy, because when we get Siddhi, two things will happen. Some people will go into Ahankar. This is the Ahankar is like that, okay, I have achieved this. Nobody, see the other disciples of my Acharya, they have not attained, I have attained. Some Ahankar will come, that Ahankar will kill the state. The other one is, when you attain that state, you forget Almighty God. When you start forgetting Almighty God upasana slowly, it means you will sit on upasana, but you are not sitting on upasana for attaining Samadhi. You are sitting on upasana to enjoy that state. So thereby that state also will fall down. There are many other dimensions to this. Anavasthitatvam. This is a very big yogmala. In spite of attaining that state, you are coming down. This is also a yogic enemy. How do you overcome? By strong faith on Acharya. My Acharya said in his experience, I cannot share the experience, but my Acharya told, at one point of time something happened to me, but I was so much faithful towards my Acharya at that time, and that disturbance disappeared. Because there will be disturbances in yoga sadhana for sure. That's why Vyas Muni and Patanjali Muni has written all these things. So Samadhi Prati lambehi sati tad avastitam syadi iti. So this is a very, very important point for all of us to understand about this 9 yogamal. And further, there are, in the next sutra, Patanjali Muni speaks about 5 associated problems. When you have these 9 obstacles, you will have Vikshepa Sahabhuvah. There are 5 friends of this 9 obstacle. What are the 5 friends? Dukh, Daurmanasya, Angamejayatvam, Shwas Prashwasa. Dukh will associate with all those 9 issues. Whenever you have these 9 issues, you will automatically have some dukh. You will have some Daurmanasya, you will have some problem. Dukh and sadness will appear in any state. When there is Vyadhi, when there is Styanum, when there is Alasya, when there is Pramada, when there is Anavasthitatva, in all those cases you will get dukh. You will get Daurmanasya. Man will become sad. Real reason for sadness does not exist. I do not have any problem in my life. I have money, I have everything, but still the sadness exists due to these 9 obstacles. Then Angamejayatvam, when we sit for meditation, our body shakes. We are unable to sit with sthirta. These are all, obstacles associated with the 9 obstacles. These are all will come. And then Shwas Prashwas, we are unable to do proper Shwas Prashwas, Pranayama, we are unable to do properly. These kind of issues will come. Our body shakes, unable to focus on, some people take prana inside, their nose is blocked many days, they are unable to do pranayama. When they do exhalation also, the nose is blocked or other problems comes in, or their heartbeat suddenly rises, they are unable to hold the breath. These are all associated issues with the 9 obstacles. So that's why Vikshepa Sahabhuvah, that Vikshepa 9 Vikshepa Sahabhuvah, Saath chalta hai. So this is very important. When we work for removing these 9 obstacles, the dukh also will disappear. When we overcome this 9 obstacles, Vyadhi, Styanam, Chittas, Pramada, Alasya, etc., the disease, along with the destruction of obstacles, the other associated dukh also will disappear. What is the main dukh? The 3 dukh: Adhyatmik, Adhibhautik, Adhidaivik. Of course, nature dukh you cannot control, but God will control the nature. God will help you that where you are doing sadhana, even if it's heavy rain and flood outside, that sadhana, God will secure that it's not impacting your sadhana. You may think that this is a foolishness. Like if everywhere there is rainfall, 100 millimeter rain in one night, obviously water will enter your house, you will have power cut, you will have other issues in your house, but still God has power to save you, protect you. My Acharya's experience, I am telling you. My Acharya told when in 1970s or 74, that point of time, my Acharya told when he was in sadhana, tapasya, so much of rainfall happened in his street. Except his house, all the house got impacted. My Acharya said, when I went out the next day morning, it was as if somebody has given instructions to water, don't enter this house. Seriously happened. I was like, I'm getting tears in my eyes. So this is power of Almighty God, which will help you to overcome even the Adhidaivik dukh, which is the natural disasters. God will protect, but that state can we achieve in this janma? Not possible. We need several janmas to go to that state, because in 1974-75 my Acharya was almost nearing Samadhi stage. So these are all inspiration which we must understand from great people's life. That's why we must study their life. Instead of doubting an Acharya, study their life, how much hard tapasya they did in their life, and then try to do hard tapasya if possible. Otherwise, at least try to have a basic discipline in life. See, I am making this video not for you, it's for me, because when I speak out, I also listen it, and I try to also analyze and understand more in depth. I hope you understood. This is a very, very important video. I request, if possible, you to listen again, and I will also do the same. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.